Well, first off, thank you so much for coming here to our studios for this interview and everything. Can I just have you introduce yourself to anyone that might be listening?
My name is Alysha Deslorieux. I'm in tour with the Notebook Tour, the musical. I play Allie, and I'm also a graduate of the University of Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music as a musical theater major.
And how does it feel to be coming back as Middle Allie to Cincinnati?
It feels very full circle. It's like, the reason I came here in the first place was to study and learn, and everything that I learned, I've taken, the past 15 years up to this point, and now to come back and get to see all of my professors and a lot of my classmates' parents feels very, very full circle. It's a great feeling.
Yeah. Have you been back to the conservatory then? Or have they been coming to the performances?
I know some of them have come and some of them are going to come. And I'm going to go visit on Thursday, I think, of next week and talk to the kids and see some more teachers. And that I love. I love teaching, and I love just getting a chance to let them know sort of what my experience has been and what to expect, because you never know when you're 22 years old and you're like, I just want to get out there and be on Broadway and right. And it's cool, but it's better to have someone who's come directly from where you are and be able to talk to you, eye to eye
about what it's like. Yeah. What's the place that you've been most excited to return to in Cincinnati?
Well, earlier today we went to Grater's. That was pretty fantastic. They had some new fall flavors that were delicious.
Ice cream for breakfast.
Yeah, we had ice cream for breakfast today, actually. But I can't lie. I know Jimmy John's isn't a local place, but this was the first place I ever had Jimmy John's. So it was the first place I went back to when I landed.
Jimmy John's is pretty great. What's your order?
I like the veggie because I like the avocado.
Yes.
But that day-old bread used to get me through when I was in college. When I was broke and didn't have any money.
Right. Yeah.
That was delicious. I love Jimmy John's.
Well, I'm glad that you have been able to enjoy some Cincinnati and more local classics then coming back here. Any new places that you've hoped to visit just while you're in town?
I don't know. I know it's so different than when I was here back in 2012.
Right.
So
even the school area.
Yeah.
I also went to CCM, and when I go back there now, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, it's fascinating that you went there too. I think I came back once, right after we opened Hamilton, and I came back to visit, and I was like, whose campus is this? This it was amazing. I'm so happy for them. I actually really am looking forward to going back to campus just to see what else has changed. I know there's Cilantro's not there anymore. I don't know if Papadino's is still there.
I don't think so.
Dang. Okay, we'll have to see what they got going on over there. I bet it's very cute. I'm really looking forward to doing that.
It is. They really have built up the area. Well, I hope that you are enjoying the studios here.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I walked in and everything, it smells new. It's beautifully lit. This carpet, the sound is incredible. It's really great. I'm really enjoying myself.
I'm glad. And on that note, just because, we are Cincinnati Public Radio, I just wanted to ask, why do you think that public media is so important, especially in today's age?
I think it's so important because the way that people connect to their community is such a it's strength. That's how you build with people, and being able to communicate, even if it's locally or if it's nationwide, this is where we build connections and where we support each other and how we learn from each other and we share our experiences. And, with the way it's going and us maybe not having as much of that, I think it's obviously more important than ever.
Mm-hmm. And especially just with local media to be able to, kind of stay in tune with what's happening with
what's happening next door, down the street. It's everything. Building your community is that's what it's about. That's the whole point,
Right.
And supporting each other.
Good answer. So many people are familiar with, the book and the film version of The Notebook. Have you read or watched either recently to warm up for the role?
Well, I am a true millennial, so of course I've seen the movie dozens of times. I've never read the book, but I guess I might do that soon just to see what the OG version was. But I loved the movie growing up. I was a huge fan. I thought it was so beautiful. And it came out at a time in my life where I was just like, what is love anyway? Like, it was like perfect timing for me to be like, oh, this is what love means. But I love the musical because there's all these elements that are added to it that, you know, it's very metaphorical in a way. The music,
right?
Obviously, Ingrid's music is so beautiful, and you get a lot of, and the lighting and the way that it's staged, it's all very like, you know, you're going back in time to see these memories that are, and it's like shaped like a memory, it's lit like a memory,
right?
And it sounds like a memory, as crazy as that sounds. It's just like, there's so many deeper layers to the film, which is very literal and very beautiful, but I just love the musical.
Right. And I went to go see it on Tuesday. And it was stunning. But I think that, it was gorgeous. But being able to see like how, you know, between the flashbacks and everything, how, you know, the stage production really, you know, took that on was just stunning.
You get to see this couple at 3 different stages of their life and like them falling in love. And then, you know, at this difficult part of their life where they're making the decision to like choose this life together or not. And then another difficult time in their life where they're trying to remember who they are and take care of each other when things are difficult.
Right. And what else have you been doing to really kind of integrate yourself with Allie, with this character?
I talk a lot to my castmates who play the younger Allie and the older Allie. I play the Middle Allie. Because I think we have a lot of shared experiences. We have a lot of similar life experiences. And I think the more we get to know each other, the better we can understand the way that each of us play into our own character. Because a huge part of being an actor is bringing yourself to the role that you're playing.
Right.
So the better I know them, it's like the better I know myself as Allie as well.
Yeah.
So that I think has been the most important part of kind of becoming Allie.
Right.
And just remembering that, you know, I am deeply connected to this character just as myself and just bringing myself, you know. Right.
And for those who maybe aren't familiar with the story, can you maybe give like a brief summary of kind of what people should expect?
Sure. I think the overall theme of the show is that love is transcendent. When it's really real, it is transcendent. And I don't even mean it in a sappy way. I mean like it can build you a life if it's the foundation that you stand on when things get shaky sometimes, when you're not sure, you know you have this foundation, which is someone who sees you for who you are and loves every part of you and lifts you up and celebrates you and allows you to stumble and fall and make mistakes and go through challenging times and is always there for you. And I think any sort of stability in your life, especially in times like this, is just something that is invaluable. And if you are familiar with the book or the film, you do know how it makes you feel, and I hope you come see the show. But I think that there's this feeling about when things are difficult, when they're very challenging, and you're able to still see the beauty in every moment and celebrate it. I think that is the overall point of the show, is that, you know, life is going life. It's going to be difficult at some points, but if you choose to surround yourself with the right people or the right person, they will always remind you of the joy and
right.
Yeah.
As Allie, like in the play version and everything, what kind of makes this adaptation of the entire story and what you were just talking about so special, like performing it on stage versus,
Yeah.
the movie?
I think a lot of people that we talk to at the stage door, or that, people that have messaged us online, have like personal connection to Alzheimer's, and that a lot of people mention it. But the reason I think that this is so healing in a way for that is that it's painful to watch your family member or someone you love go through this. But watching the way that Noah takes care of Allie as she goes through this it's very healing, and it just reminds us to take care of each other and to love each other, and that it is always worth it. And it reminds us of what makes us feel like we're at home, and like home can be a person more so, especially, I'm on the road, like having it, I feel like I'm at home when my partner and I are together, and having him with me, or my little dog even, like that's like pieces of home that I can bring with me. And all that to say, I think it just reminds you, with all encompassing, with the music and the staging and the writing of how the play is written and getting to see them in different stages of their lives. I think what always gets me the most is watching people transcend through hard times, through love and connection, and people surrounding themselves with people who remind them of who they are, and, lift them up and celebrate them, and, bring you back to yourself.
Yeah. Having that kind of rock in your life kind of just helps you, helps you sustain.
Yeah, it's like a guiding light. It's like a beacon or a, North Star.
Right. And you're certainly no stranger to Broadway productions and the stage, one being the original Broadway company of Hamilton, and then going on to play Eliza full-time on tour. What are some things that you've taken from your previous credits and brought to your performance here with The Notebook?
Good question. I think I feel so grateful to get to be an actor. I think it's such a healing medium. I think it's medicinal in a way that because to get to stand up and watch people be affected in live, at live, I obviously I'm not watching them while we're doing it, but to get to talk to people after the show, or even watching theater as an audience member, I think it's just such a special medium. And I cherish the times that I've gotten to create things in the rehearsal room with people. And I think this time around, we had such a lovely rehearsal process where it's a small company, and we kind of got to know each other very easily because of the nature of the show.
Yeah.
And I think when you're creating something, you always want to focus on, like, how do I get this right as soon as possible? How do I nail it every time? How do I make sure that I'm performing to my best? But I think in this process, I really wanted to cherish the time that I was spending in the room with the creatives, with the directors, with the writers, with Ingrid and Michael and Shelley, our directors, to get to cherish the part of making the art with them. Because we're going to be doing this for many, many more months, getting to do the show is great, and getting to share it with audiences is great. But I wanted to spend our rehearsal time really cherishing the time of creating something. It's such a special part of the process. And getting to spend, because they come back every once in a while, of course, here and there for different cities, but getting to spend the time with the writers and creators and directors is like very special to me. And getting to practice, like throw stuff at the wall and just like mess up and do it again, and do the discover things that make the show as special as they are.
Experimenting a little bit. Yeah.
So the rehearsal process is, I feel like I wanted to go into it in a different way.
Yeah. And just really getting to, get to know the story and really fill out, fill those shoes yourself and everything. Yeah. Do you have a favorite moment in the show?
Oh, I have a couple of favorite moments. I mean, I'll just say getting to sing My Days is like a gift. It feels like a song that Ingrid wrote for us. You know what I mean? Like that everyone can relate to. And it's such an honor. But I do particularly love the moment right before that where her mom is telling her and just reminding her that no matter what path she chooses, that she will be there for her and she will love her. And she knows that this is hard, but it is her decision. Mm-hmm. And every night I think about my mom because, when we sort of like really became friends was a moment of me understanding how she had loved me my whole life, once I had grown up a little bit. And it reminds me of this moment that I had with my mom every time. Like it's a very specific moment in my mind. And there's almost nothing more special to me than my relationship with my mom at this point, knowing that she, our parents do literally the best that they can. And they don't do everything right and they don't do it perfect, but they do the best they can. And then once you grow up enough and realize that they would literally lay on the train tracks for you, you know what I mean? Anything for you. It's so humbling. And it just like that is the truest definition of love, the purest definition. So all that to say, the moment that I have with Anne, who plays my mother in the show, is very, very special to me.
Mm-hmm. You like that moment the best? Yeah. Are there any moments when you aren't performing on stage that you also like have really, touched you or anything? Like just throughout the show, like if they're like watching it maybe from like backstage or anything, are there any other scenes that really have yes there is. We still joke around all the time that there's certain moments or sometimes just like in its entirety where we have to stop watching Sharon and Bo, who play older Allie and Noah, because we're like we're not gonna make it if we watch y'all. we won't be able to keep it together because they're so brilliant together and they're so open-hearted, and they both have these extraordinary moments in the show where you're just like, oh my God, that's my uncle, that's my dad, that's my brother. Like you can see you see they know how to reflect humanity back towards you. It's an amazing gift that they both have. And watching Sharon, especially in I Want to Go Back, when she's sort of looking at all these puzzle pieces that are memories of her life, her whole life. And like she has all the puzzle pieces, but she can't put them right in their places. And she's like looking at them and grasping for them and they're like slipping through her fingers. Oh boy. I made the mistake of looking directly at her the other day and I was just like, well, I'm toast. I'm cooked. But yeah, Sharon and Bo are really extraordinary and they're the anchors of our show, and watching them do anything is really just they have these hilarious moments, they have these heartbreaking moments. They're just so good at being human. Mm-hmm. It's like, yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. So pretty much anytime they're on stage. But yeah, I Want to Go Back. Iron in the Fridge is a moment where Bo just gets to go through his memories of being older Noah as well. I'm just in awe of both of them. So I love to watch them. I learn something from them every day.
Yeah, they did a really good job. You also did a fabulous job.
Thank you so much.
Do you have any favorite like pre-show rituals that you like to do?
Yeah, I usually like, when I warm up and put my makeup on, I usually do that at home. And I always play I play a little gospel music. I play a little Tank and the Bangers. I listen to Sammy Ray, a lot of Yebba. I just like to sort of blast the music.
Get him out a
and like,
little.
yeah, you know, and it helps me warm up, but it also just like gets me like, you know, music is my first love. So it's like reminds me of like, brings me back to the whole point of it. And, you know, I didn't always really realize it was a ritual. Like I was just like, oh, let me warm up, you know, but I was like, that is actually my ritual. I don't know how, like I've been doing that forever now, for years. That's always what I do. So I hope no one in the hotel is too mad about that, but it's good music.
They couldn't
at least.
be with your singing. They couldn't be.
Yeah, just a little.
They're just
taste.
serenaded during their, you know, day nap. And what do you hope Cincinnati audiences take away from The Notebook?
Well, I hope if they know that I went to school here, that that CCM taught me very well. And I hope they're proud. And aside from me personally, I just hope that everyone feels some form of connection and healing from this show, because there's almost no one who doesn't have some sort of connection to this story in any type of way, no matter what age you are or like tax bracket or anything. Like it's
Human
close. It's just the human experience. And it's so, I think it's the point of when I say that I think theater is medicinal, and I think it's just supposed to be 2 or 3 hours or whatever. This one's not quite 3 hours, so don't worry about that. It's not even close. It's not close. But it's just supposed to be a few hours of your day that you can watch someone else, several other people go through the experience of life and have, like I said, your humanity reflected back at you. And hopefully it will remind you of something or teach you something or just show you something or just allow you to take a second to just like feel your feelings, from extreme joy to falling in love to just remembering people that shaped you. And I hope you see yourself in our performance. I hope you can find yourself somewhere in there and find some joy, some healing, some transcendence.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for talking to us
Thank
today.
you.
It's been
Thanks
a joy
for
having
having
you
me.
in our studios here.
Thanks.